Welcome to Fun Factory Gaming. Over the past few days, I spent a lot of time exploring Path of Exile 2. I got the chance to try out this long-awaited sequel, thanks to Grinding Gear Games, and the experience was truly fascinating, especially considering that the game isn't yet in its final version. It's an early access project, which means that tweaks and refinements are still needed, and some content may change throughout the development process. I played Diablo 4 when it launched, and spent a lot of time exploring everything it had to offer. However, I reached a point where there was no more content or challenges that held my interest. I ended up putting Blizzard's title aside and haven't played it since. It's the kind of game that once you put it down, it's hard to find the motivation to go back to it. That said, it's inevitable to mention that Path of Exile 2 has always been compared to the iconic Diablo saga. However, this sequel, released more than a decade after the original game, represents a monumental improvement on the existing formula. It is the result of years of dedicated work and the careful integration of constant feedback from a passionate and engaged community, which has always been at the heart of Path of Exile's evolution. The base begins with a narrative created in such a way that the player chooses his character, a normal and routine start. But this is just the beginning. A predictable entry that paves the way for something grand and with great ramifications. This is a game that reaches the center of the complexity of an ARPG, with tremendous dimensions and almost endless possibilities of configurations for the player. The starting point begins with a narrative that guides the player in choosing their character, a simple and usual introduction, characteristic of ARPGs. However, this first phase is only the gateway to something much bigger. As the game unfolds, it reveals an impressive complexity, with vast and almost unlimited ramifications in terms of customization and strategies. Path of Exile 2 delves deep into the essence of the genre, giving players practically endless possibilities to create and adapt their characters from each of the classes. What really sets Path of Exile 2 apart is not its narrative, but its deep gameplay mechanics. This sequel commits to a complex experience that requires constant attention and a significant investment of time. There are a wide range of systems and mechanics to master, providing countless possibilities for customization and strategy. Instead of simple frenetic combat, where enemies are decimated quickly, the game requires rigorous planning and a more strategic attitude. The high difficulty of the challenges makes each victory rewarding, always motivating you to think carefully before acting. This is where Path of Exile 2 shines, with the freedom it offers in shaping the player's destiny. The way you customize your playstyle, configure skills, and combine attributes from different classes allows for a wide range of strategic options. This flexibility creates a unique synergy, allowing you to not only deepen the potential of each class, but also incorporate elements from the others. Passive abilities, impressive in scale and impact, can be used by all classes, increasing the complexity and diversity of possible builds. Class structure is a deeply personalized experience that provides a comprehensive and accessible range of options. Each element, be it armor, weapons, rings, amulets, buffs, or skills, is designed to be evolved as the player progresses through the game. The loot obtained allows for constant upgrades and improvements, allowing players to use items that they enjoy and improve them in category or level up to a certain point. This robust and flexible system offers countless configuration possibilities, bringing satisfaction and a sense of reward for the effort invested. One of the most captivating features is the freedom to explore and manipulate the parameters and improvements in our own way. The customization tools are flexible and allow you to experiment with various solutions, although as you progress, this freedom is accompanied by an increase in complexity and difficulty. This is where careful management becomes necessary, forcing you to balance the choices between weapons, skills, and the various powers. The right combinations can be key, and intelligent analysis is required to optimize the potential of your arsenal. In terms of environments and visuals, Path of Exile 2 is a robust and personality-filled game. The variety of biomes introduces different scenarios and corresponding enemy fauna, posing unique challenges in each region. Each type of creature has specific attack patterns and resistances, requiring continuous adaptation of combat strategies. For example, facing enemies with armor requires the use of skills that can break down this defense, opening up opportunities for additional attacks. This constant need for adaptation makes combat dynamic and keeps the player on their toes, reinforcing the depth and strategic demands. Although Path of Exile 2 is currently in early access, its robustness and level of polish are already impressive. While I did encounter a few issues, such as occasional crashes and moments where the screen froze for a few seconds, these episodes are relatively rare considering the game's state of development. Compared to other recent titles, such as Stalker 2, where technical issues are numerous and frequent, Path of Exile 2 presents more stable and consistent results. This difference demonstrates not only the technical advancement of the game, but also the care and dedication put into its production. At this point, it would be premature to make a definitive assessment of Path of Exile 2. The game needs to be constantly invested in and developed to keep up with its evolution as Grinding Gear Games adds content and refines its details. Nevertheless, the quality is already extraordinary, positioning itself as a must-play for ARPG fans. For those who have been disappointed with Blizzard's recent decisions regarding Diablo 4, Path of Exile 2 presents itself as a solid alternative that shows a genuine commitment to delivering a valuable and community-driven experience. The developers' clear dedication to meeting player expectations is reflected in the care and attention they've put into every detail of the game. And that's all for this video. If you enjoy my work, please show your love by hitting the like button and considering subscribing. As always, let's stay together, united by friendship, happiness, and Fun Factory TV. Thank you for your support.